Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight I'm going to be talking about Azealia Banks stirring up things yet again. I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on it as usual. But before I do, excuse my fan in the background. It's kind of hot in here, and either I be cool or I suffer, and I'd rather be cool. So y'all got to bear with me with the fan. Anyways, so it looks like Azealia Banks went on Wildin' Out, and she was a guest on Wildin' Out. And at the show, she says that, they made her cry, and, she broke down because she was targeted with colorist jokes. I'm going to go to her post to read what she had to say in regards to what happened, what went down. And per usual, I'm going to give my thoughts on the matter. And I agree with some of the things she said, and then there is a lot that I don't agree with, and that is kind of, how things go when it comes to Azealia Banks. There are things that I agree with, and there's things that I don't. So I'm going to talk about the things that I agree with, and I'm going to talk about the things that I don't. But without further ado, I'm going to go to her page. So she took to Instagram, and she posted up a post, and it's her on the Wildin' Out stage standing next to Nick Cannon. And in the post, she said, "I did Wildin' Out today. There were tons of pre-planned colors jokes, and of course, Cry Baby Cried. Some little scrawny black Atlanta twink was prepared for me. They planned this. Hit me on short notice, told me I didn't have to participate in the coon-ass freestyle battles, not my style, and I was to sing my song and go home. I show up, and some guy who's darker than me starts calling me ugly and being colorist. Then all of a sudden, a choir of the most disgustingly basic local cattle call, urban, pseudo-comedic, fat because you sit in the chair all day, greasy, soul food-induced, south of the Mason-Dixon, self-hatred, ass, hashtag backwards, post-Jim Crow, post-traumatic slave disorder, true self-esteemless, ward of the state clowns with their low-scale and highly unimpressive resumes starts going off about how the beautiful Azealia Banks looks. I've never felt so much hate and rage for anyone else than I did in that moment." And then she says, Yemaya was really on stage. Yemaya. I don't know what Yemaya is. Anyways, so she said that on her post. Then she went to her Instagram story to further go in detail about what happened, how she felt, and, her thoughts on the matter, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to dig deep into what was said, what she said happened, and then we're going to go from there. So in her Instagram story, she says, "Not a single one of those black men called any of the white women on stage ugly. I'm sorry, but yesterday was a testament to why I don't ever let niggas near me. They had some white chicks on stage calling them Wakanda rejects, some real thin-lipped, hump-nosed, Queen Herbie reject-looking niggas are so fucking ass backwards." So then she also said, "If I were to make fun of Nick Cannon for having lupus and being weak and sickly, if I made a joke that said he'd be dead by the end of the year, then Azealia Banks is the bad guy, right?" So then after she posted up those two posts, she went on kind of what I would say is a rant about her feelings about how she felt in the moment. And I'm going to play a little bit of the clip of how she felt, and then I'm going to give my thoughts on it after that. So here's what she said, and this is how she described how she felt in that moment.
What? I'm sorry. It's 2018. The ugly black girl jokes is it's inappropriate. I'm sorry. You're not going to bring me out of my element to bring me to dust in Atlanta to sit in front of some coon niggas for them to sit here and call me ugly while they got this fucking flatty patty Queen Herbie reject on stage talking about Wakanda reject. What the I'm sorry, you're not gonna bring a black woman up here on this fucking stage to humiliate her while this fucking no rapping, no fucking resume flatty patty white bitch stands there and laughs. What the fuck? Y'all niggas out of your fucking minds? I'm sorry, there was not one dark-skinned woman on that stage, and the bitches y'all had in there were not fucking fly. Not these fucking flat tummy tea, lollipop, fucking booty popping ass, fucking waist training, free pack of weave, mediocre Instagram. Sorry, but y'all brought me up there to humiliate me in front of a bunch of mediocre light-skinned women with no fucking resume, niggas have half a fucking resume too. You know what I mean? But like if I was really up there and I was like, all right, y'all niggas all in Atlanta, y'all probably DL, then I'm. And just the rage I had in that moment was just like, oh my God, like, you know, what part of society is telling these niggas that they can like deal with me like this, you know? And I told the nigga, like, listen, you would never be able to bring Meghan Trainor on this show and call her fat. Why? Because there would be some other white nigga to cut your check off. Don't fucking try to make fun of me because you could do it for free, my nigga. You know what I mean? Don't bring me out here and call me ugly in front of these. You know, you could have went for flop. You could have been this. Oh, you wear too much weave. Oh, you did this. Oh, you never had a hit. Oh, But like, you're really just calling me ugly the whole fucking time. And you got these fucking mediocre light-skinned bitches. Like, you're making them feel good about themselves by calling me ugly.
Okay, so the first part of it, you know, she's talking about how there were black men targeting her and calling her ugly for her being, you know, a black, dark-skinned woman, and how there were basic chicks on stage and how, you know, they were making fun of her and things like that. I'm a little conflicted on how I feel. I don't know, like, okay, so basically when you go on Wild 'N Out, it's evident that if you do the freestyle battle, the purpose of the battle is to roast each other with rap lyrics and have punchlines, and it's supposed to be something where you like make jokes about them and things like that. And if you inject yourself into the freestyle battle, then you should be expected to be roasted, and you should know what to expect because the show has been going on for a very long time, so we all know how the show goes. But on the other side of it, when it comes to colorism jokes and when it comes to, you know, talking about skin tone and when it comes to degrading black women based on specific skin tone type of things, and I was not there, so I don't know what the exact joke was, but if the joke was targeted towards, you know, skin tone and colorism, then I'm not here for it. I feel like black women get degraded enough for their skin tone. I don't care how much of a troll Azealia Banks is. I don't find jokes like that funny. We get clowned, we get degraded, and it's systemically a problem that has been going on for a very long time that, you know, we're ugly and we're not good enough and all of that. So I'm not here for those types of jokes. So that's why I'm kind of conflicted. But hey, if they're roasting her and saying, hey, you're one hit wonder, hey, you know, your mermaid outfit ain't cute, you know, things like that is like, okay, that's what you signed up for. That's what you should be prepared for. Colorism jokes, I'm not here for it. I don't like it. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how much of a troll she is. I do not care. I don't like those jokes coming from any man because we have been joked on our entire lives. So I don't find those types of jokes funny. Clown my shoes, clown my outfit, clown my hair. I don't care. But when it comes to colorism stuff, I'm not here for it. And like I said, I wasn't there, so I don't know the exact joke. Once I see the show and see how things were said, and I'm sure now that there is this whole light shined on it, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of editing, and there's a lot of editing that goes in, and there's a lot of things that are taken out that happens when you're there versus what's produced on the show. So I'm sure, you know, they're going to make it not look so bad when they air it. I've been to several tapings of Wild 'N Out. Anybody who knows me from back in the day, like I used to get phone calls all the day, like, you know, I seen you on Wild 'N Out. Oh my God, you on Wild 'N Out again? Da, da, da. And I was never an actual Wild 'N Out girl. I was never a cast member. But because people see me so much, they equated it to me being a Wild 'N Out girl. And a lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, you were on Wild 'N Out. And I'm like, yeah, I was in the audience, but I wasn't on Wild 'N Out. Anyways, so I might go into detail on my experiences with Wild 'N Out, being that, you know, your girl got some stories. Anyways, that's not really relevant right now. So I'm going to play the things that she said that I didn't really agree with, and some of the things that she definitely stepped over the line with. And I'm going to play some of that stuff, and then I'll be back to maybe give you guys a brief little story time, maybe save it for another video.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to stay in my little corner of the industry. I'm going to keep working with my white man, keep dating my white man, doing my shows, because every time I give y'all niggas a chance, y'all do me dirty. It's really like, y'all can keep it. You know what I mean? Like, y'all can really keep that. Like, keep all that shit. Like, I've had enough. Like, what am I now? I'm 27 now. Like, oh my God. Y'all niggas are not going to drive me crazy for the rest of my fucking rap career. Good night. Listen, for all the shit y'all put me through, y'all niggas better promote out of this fucking song, okay? I'm gonna get my money's worth out of you fucking coons. Bye, Atlanta. And Nick Cannon, you don't have to pray for me. Pray for your fucking immune system, okay? You don't have to pray for me, nigga. Son of a bitch.
Okay, so she then went on a further rant, an extended rant today. I started filming this yesterday, and then more stuff started posting. I didn't even get to editing it all the way when all this other stuff started coming up. So here is her new rant. I'm not going to read through it, but I'll give my opinion on the things that she said after this. Okay, so after she went on a rant talking about how she felt about black men, she then came back and she said, you know, basically she's not going to allow the show to air and this and this and that. She says, no one on my team was told to prepare. They said Yachty was doing the games and I was singing my song. They sent no emails, no nothing. I show up and it's all jokes about how ugly I am. They purposely didn't let me prepare because they wanted this to happen. No flop jokes, no anger jokes, all ugly black girl jokes. It was a setup and I'm not allowing the episode to air. I think when it comes to like shows and things like that, before they even film you, I believe you sign a release to release or allow them to use your likeness of whatever you film on the shows. I don't know about her being able to not allow it to air because I'm sure before they film, she would have had to sign some type of release. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, Azealia Banks is a troll. She says a lot of off-the-wall stuff. She went way too far when she talked about Nick Cannon and the colostomy bag. She went way too far when she said that she wished Wendy Williams should just die. She goes way too far in a lot of things that she says, but I think it comes from a self-hating place because society has conditioned herself to hate herself. And just like I talked about this in my whole colorism video, a lot of the parents condition their children to self-hate themselves. I don't know her background because I'm not a quote-unquote fan of Azealia, so I don't know like the background of her parents. I don't even, know a whole lot, but what I can gather from this situation and the situations that I have covered from her before, I feel like it's safe to say that society has really, took a toll on her with her being a dark-skinned woman. And that's not me making excuses for her. I'm speaking facts. I know society and I know there are some women who are weaker than others, and I know some women, despite how much black men shit on us dark-skinned girls, they feel like the need to go out, get an interracial couple, and create these mixed babies that are glorified because they feel like, they're making a better version or, a better human or some, and it's just like weird. It's just weird way of trying to be accepted. And again, that's not to excuse her for her BS. She be taking it too far. She be doing too much. But she's crying out from a hurt place because, that's how she feels about herself. She feels ugly about herself. So when somebody tells her, that she's ugly, it's like, no, I can't keep the same energy because I'm hurt, because that's how I truly feel about myself. Because if she didn't truly feel that way about herself, and if she didn't really feel ugly inside, it wouldn't bother her. Because when people talk to me and tell me, girl, you're ugly, you're dumb, you're this, I know I'm not none of those things. So I'd be like, whatever, but it's her truth deep down. That's really how she feels. I'm going to wrap it up right there. All in all, she pretty much, she hates herself. She says a lot of things that are true when it comes to colorism and how black women are treated and how things are. But then she lashes out from a very hurt place, and it confuses people, and it makes people, not really be on her side because she doesn't really handle it well, and she goes about things the wrong way, and she does things for attention to kind of like, mask the way she truly feels. And, it's like bipolar sometimes, and it's just all kind of off the wall crazy. But all in all, it comes from a hurt place. And a lot of the things she says, like I said, a lot of things when she talks about colorism is true. I have a lot of insight on the music industry and how, women are treated. And I have a lot of stories on situations that even happened with me. I used to go on Wild 'N Out a lot, so I know that whole spiel on Wild 'N Out. And like I said, I was never a cast member, but I did used to get paid to be in the audience, just to be in the audience. But, it's like, yeah, you good to be in the audience, to play in the background, being, a brown girl. But to be actually the main chick on the stage, nah, we good. And I remember back in the day, they had like one brown chick, and it was like Brooke Bailey. And I remember like, oh, wow, it's so cool to see one of us on the show. But the likeliness of many brown girls being on Wild 'N Out is not likely. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic and a whole nother story. But like I said, she comes from a self-hating place, and I guess I'll just end it there. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. But in order to do that, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button right now. Don't wait. Do it right now. All right, guys. Peace.